Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Microdesk webinar series. My name is Megan Fullagar. I'm the marketing manager here at Microdesk. Welcome to today's webinar, What's New in 2013? Autodesk 360. For those of you who aren't familiar with us, Microdesk is an Autodesk Gold, Oracle, and Google partner. We provide technology training and consulting solutions for the AEC industry. We have 12 offices located throughout the East and West Coast, with a staff of over 90 consulting and technical specialists. The new Autodesk 2013 products have come a long way. Over the next hour, we'll take a look at just how far Autodesk solutions for cloud technology have come and dive into the best features of Autodesk 360 and how they significantly improve integration, collaboration, and interoperability. Presenting today's session, we have with us Microdesk Solutions Specialist, Nick Burnett. Nick is a solution specialist with expertise in building information modeling for architectural design. He provides technical support, training, implementation, and consulting services to architectural and building engineering clients on strategies for integrating BIM into their design process. Nick is also adept at facilitating cloud collaboration networks for streamlining the design team processes and workflows. Just a few logistics before we begin. In order to minimize any background distractions, you are all on mute for the duration of the session. If you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the question area of the webinar toolbar to the right of your screen. Nick will address as many questions as he can at the end of the presentation. If we run out of time, we'll provide you with our contact information so you can follow up with us. And now I will turn it over to Nick.
Hi, can everybody hear me? How's everybody doing today? I'm Nick Burnett, Architectural Solutions Specialist with Microdesk. Here to talk today about Autodesk 360. So, obviously the Autodesk 2013 products have rolled out. They're trying to further along integration, interoperability, collaboration. They're doing that in a variety of ways, and one of the major ways that we're going to talk about today is the 360 program, formerly the Cloud program. So what is Autodesk 360? Autodesk 360 provides a broad set of features, cloud services and cloud-enabled products to help you dramatically improve the way you design, visualize, stimulate, and share your work with others anytime, anywhere. Streamline cloud service with varying levels of abilities depending on subscription. It's a culmination of multiple features and products working in conjunction with current Autodesk products and workflows to enhance the process and add more value to current subscriptions. And it's also something that you will probably never get to use all of the abilities given by 360 as it's very wide-ranging, but the ones that fit your role will set a new standard you won't be able to produce without. So some of the major features are storage, viewing, and collaboration and file sharing. So with storage, Autodesk 360 gives users 3 gigabytes of free storage by simply creating an account, a free account. And then the subscription plan allows for additional storage, and that's subscription with like Building Design Suite or with Revit, those whole products. Viewing, it allows viewers to edit, share, and collaborate through the web using Autodesk 360. Others can view your files even if they don't have the software. You send out a link, and they have the privilege to at least see what you want them to see. And also with collaboration and sharing, Autodesk 360 is a platform for sharing and collaboration. You can receive email notifications when files are edited or updated. You can allow people to download from the service itself. And it provides a way for people to just continue developing beyond their desks. There's also a number of mobile applications that Autodesk 360 takes advantage of. One such being Autodesk 360 Mobile. Allows you to view and share data using your mobile and tablet devices. This app isn't out yet, but it's coming out shortly. Then there's Autodesk AutoCAD WS. View and edit your drawing files wherever you are using the AutoCAD WS on your mobile devices. And then there is a Force Effect and Force Effect Motion. These apps easily simulate the motion patterns and perform static system analysis during conceptual design. Then you can view, store, and share these files. Then, of course, there's the services. Rendering. I'll touch on rendering later in this webinar. There's a lot to go over with that. But Autodesk 360 rendering enables users to render through the cloud without tying up the desktop or requiring specialized rendering hardware. Optimization. Autodesk 360 allows users to test the performance of their designs through the cloud. Energy analysis. Use cloud-based analysis tools to test energy consumption and building lifecycle costs. Structural analysis. You can run structural designs through the cloud using Autodesk 360 structural analysis for Autodesk Revit. And the BIM 360 Glue. Autodesk BIM 360 Glue is a BIM management solution with access to models, data, and workflows. I'll now go over some of the major uses of Autodesk 360. Specifically, what are the advantages coming from the Autodesk Cloud to Autodesk 360? There's a new homepage. Get a quick glimpse into what's been happening through the central activity stream and discover all the Autodesk 360 services that you have access to. You can view the DWG's files online. You can work with them, view them, do a number of options, and collaborate with the DWG files directly in the browser via an interactive viewing experience. The Autodesk 360 is also integrated into the 2013 versions of Revit, AutoCAD, Inventor, and Showcase. Open and save documents directly into Autodesk 360 while in any of these products, or set up an automatic save to the Autodesk 360. And more storage. You get 3 gigabytes of storage with the free account again, and 25 gigabytes of storage with an Autodesk product subscription. Now let's review some of the more specific qualities of collaborating and the mobile options. Okay, so with collaborating and the mobile options, users have complete control over who has access to your files. You can track file updates, you can track online documents, and you can set up a category system or a folder system with which to store them, much like on your desktop. You'll have notifications for file sharing and file linking. You can use both 2D and 3D files, both in AutoCAD and Revit. You can have access to the AutoCAD files themselves through the basic web browser. Mobile devices will also grant you access via Autodesk Design Review and Autodesk WS mobile apps currently. Helps with in-the-field document editing capabilities, and there are browsers that need to be able to support some of these abilities, but they should all be consistent if you have the latest updates, and they're able to run HTML5. And going on. So let's talk about storage and security for a minute too. So storage and security are going to be major issues when using any online product. You're going to want workplace compatibility. You're going to want computer storage solutions. You're going to want network adaptability, secure authorized access, of course, and permission and internal file security as well. Now, you might be using the cloud at work. Many companies are beginning to shift their workflows to internal web-based services, using their own private clouds within the company. And some are also using public clouds outside that offer tools they rely on. That's what Autodesk 360 is, and will allow you to have access to. There's trust also in being close. Many people associate their local workstations or PCs content as safer than their files on the internet. This isn't always the case. Often computers are susceptible to security risks because their files aren't fully protected against unauthorized access and intrusion. Furthermore, as files are transferred across the networks, they can become compromised if not done so in a secure manner. So with storage and security, what's included? Storage, obviously, been mentioned a few times at this point, but you get 3 gigabytes up front to use any file, and 25 gigabytes with product subscription. So the platform itself is built on a reliable, protected technology infrastructure, specifically built just for cloud computing. You control who has access to your data, when you share it, and who you share it with. You can have access to it from anywhere through an internet connection after providing your login ID and password securely. The services are designed to protect data and authentication in transit. It's a world-class data center architecture that is built on accepted methods and industry standards for scalability, service, security, and availability. Redundancy, reliability, and availability are all built into the architecture to keep the service available 24/7 and customer data safe. Internet firewalls, obviously, and defense systems keep the environment protected against a variety of attacks and persistent threats. So continuing on with how they are protected, the scalable computing responds to the needs of the user, whether creating, collaborating, rendering, etc., to allocate enough compute resources for everybody. It's a host-based firewalls that further protect each compute platform. There's a hardened compute platform and purpose-built for the services delivered. There's secure authentication methods, allow only authorized users to have access to data. Data and authentication transactions are protected in transit by industry-standard security methods and technologies. Data itself is protected at rest against unauthorized access and loss, so even when you're not using it, it's being accounted for. And even beyond that, Autodesk takes security very seriously. There is no illusion. Files and identities are safe at all times, even on the hardware front. They make note that there are security personnel at all facilities that they would be using to house the cloud hardware, with personal authentication at doors, secure perimeters, system monitoring and reporting, and personal monitoring and video surveillance where appropriate. They list these just to give you an idea of just how serious Autodesk is at security when it comes to cloud, when it comes to the 360 being a proper tool. So let's talk about analysis and rendering for a minute. One product you get upon subscription or in buying in cost that works with Autodesk 360 is Green Building Studio. It's a whole building energy analysis software. It determines virtual buildings' total energy, cost, and use and carbon footprint, does design alternatives analysis, considers alternatives to improve energy efficiency, does detailed weather analysis, extensive weather data available to project site, carbon emission reporting, emissions reporting to nearly all aspects of the building, daylighting, so you can do qualifications for LEED daylighting credits, and water usage and cost. Estimated water use in and outside of the building, along with Energy Star scoring, scores provided for each design, and natural ventilation potential, summarizes mechanical cooling required, and estimates hours design could use outdoor air to cool the building naturally. It's also fully BIM integrated as it supports GB XML file types. It also has inventor optimization. You're able to run multiple simulators online so that Inventor itself is relieved of personal hardware strains, and you can continue to use the program uninterrupted. Also has additional Revit energy and structural analysis tools. And then, of course, there's the cloud rendering service. It renders both Revit and 3D CAD files. It has a direct relationship to Revit, to the Revit Render dialog in 2013. Obviously, it's going to help with enhanced visualization, better graphics, less hardware. There's an online-only panoramic option for Revit files. It's downloadable, eventually credit-based, and it's currently free. So you're able to accumulate more credits. You get a certain amount with subscription. You get a certain amount with the free signing up for the rendering service itself. But at this point, though, before they set up the system, it's currently a free service. So it's a credit per render, but you can go and render as much as you want. And it also stores your renders. I was going to give a quick demonstration of just sort of what that means. Which is when you access Autodesk 360 rendering, you can either upload a 3D CAD file, select the file, bring it in, and it'll do the render for you, pick the views, or you can go ahead and either upload a 2013 Revit file directly from 2013 Revit, or get the free add-in for Revit 2012 and send it off to the cloud that way. It'll then store it within its render gallery. Let's go for RAC Basic. You're able to set up what file type you want. You're able to set up the size of the file. There's a quick example. This is a render done on high. And you can even see how long we've taken it to render. So this is a render done on high. It's 13 by 29 by 1500, and it took it 8 minutes and 5 seconds, 3.2 megabytes, which is an incredible amount of time compared to your high renders just using the Revit engine itself. And remember before I mentioned that there was a panoramic online only option? This is the same render, now with the panoramic option. So give it a minute. It's a bit larger. And again, this is an online only tool provided with Autodesk 360 through its cloud rendering services. Same exact view, only able to show the entire interior any way you want. In addition, again, just to actually show the site itself so it's not out of sight, out of mind, this is Autodesk 360. This is what you see when you sign into the website itself. It's got a number of tabs to help you on this side, let you know what's going on, what you can use, what you can do with. If you have any questions about it. And then, of course, there are the documents themselves you have stored online. I've placed several already. And like I mentioned before, if you have the proper web browser or one of the mobile apps, you can very easily have access to any sort of DWG document or design review document as well. And again, this is not with any installation. This is straight browser right now. And this is just a very simple CAD file, but you can use it, utilize it, and do all this from the comfort of any computer that has access to Autodesk 360. So, questions?
Nick, it looks like we do have a couple questions. Can you download the rendering, or can you only use it on the cloud?
You can download the rendering. That's why I listed the file size next to it, so you can sort of know what you're looking up. You can also download the panoramic now. That's a new feature for it. The difference, though, is the panoramic is going to take a little bit for you to put it together. So you would have to put it together outside of the cloud itself because it just gives you the images for the panoramic.
And what did you mean when you said panoramic only when you were talking about the renderings? You can do either. It sounds to me like you can do either panoramic or like a regular rendering, right?
Right. I meant that the panoramic is only an online option.
Oh,
Revit
gotcha.
won't do a panoramic. Yes.
Got you. All right.
It's an incredible tool if you ever do an interior work or just in general you want to wow a client. I know it's one that I love to show off.
Absolutely. And then I have just a couple more. What's the difference between AutoCAD WS for the web browser and the mobile app service?
They're very similar, but I believe that the mobile app service allows support for 3D CAD, and the browser version only does 2D CAD.
Okay. And one more. What's the deal with credits for cloud rendering?
They were trying to figure out the system initially. The people, when Autodesk 360 was called Autodesk Cloud and came out, I believe, last year, and they were offering the rendering for the online rendering for the first time, people were just burning through the credits in weeks. The people who had subscriptions and had multiple credit options were just done with them over the course of a month. And we're just begging Autodesk for more units. So Autodesk decided to just throw out a free platform until they actually figured out a better way of acquiring credits and just maybe a better way of delineating them when it comes to just what level of subscription you have and what your use of it is. So currently I believe it's free, and you're able to purchase more, I think, and you will be able to purchase more when it does switch to a credit unit. I think it's going to be like 75 credits per buy-in. But yeah, you can go to town right now, and you will have an amount allotted to you based upon whether you have a free account or a subscription account when they do move back into that service.
Okay. This is great. Thank you, Nick, and thank you, everyone, for attending today's webinar. We hope you found this helpful and educational. If you have any other questions or you would like to learn more about the new Autodesk 2013 solutions and how to get started, you can visit us at www.microdesk.com from the URLs you see here, or give us a call. Again, thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of the day. Thanks.